If you like this video, click like. If you want to continue to follow our adventure, hit subscribe. Your support would be greatly appreciated. Hello, Laws on the Road subscribers and followers. Before I get started on this video, I want to remind everybody that my goal was to tell everybody the good, the bad, and the ugly of living out here in National Forest and pop-up camper. Now, I recognize everybody else's dream is going to be a little bit different than mine, but this is all I know, so this is what I try to communicate. Now, I never really get a lot of negative comments when I talk positively about this lifestyle. People seem to understand that, oh, he's having a good time, everything's great. But remember, the good, the bad, and the ugly. That means there's the positive and two negatives to this. But the point is, sometimes there are negatives, and I don't feel like I'm doing my job by telling you what it's like to be a nomad if I don't tell you the negatives. The problem when I tell you the negatives is I get a lot of negative feedback saying, well, if you don't like it, why do you do it? Couldn't be further from the truth. I love this. I love this lifestyle. But there are things about it that are complicated or difficult or just plain ugly. And one of the things that I want to make sure that you understand is not everything is, rosy. Sometimes things are just yuck. Most of the time that we have been out here, the weather has not cooperated. Now, I think, quite honestly, that this year has been a really extreme weather pattern. When we left Missouri, we left and it was flooded. Or we tried to leave, I should say, and it was flooded. And I've made several videos about that. We couldn't leave. We were stuck there for 2 weeks. When we were trying to downsize our house, that's all it did was rain, okay? Now, everything is out of our house. Most everything was out of our house. We couldn't sleep in it anymore. So we're in the camper, and it rained and rained and rained and rained. And then when we actually got everything done, we couldn't leave because it was flooded. So we continued on that pattern the rest of the summer. We went down to Mississippi. Mississippi had been in a drought, apparently, for a long time. But when we got there, it rained the entire time we were there. It would rain more days than it didn't when we were there, and we were there for a month. So we went ahead and went up north, went to Kentucky. Again, and the whole time, the temperature on average, I would say, well, I say average, it's probably not the average, but it felt like the average, was about 55 degrees the whole time as we were moving along. Now, I was expecting temperatures of about 60 to 70. So, we get to Virginia, again, rain and 55. Get to Northern Virginia, rain and 55. That's been about the temperature. Now, again, I was looking for temperatures around 60 or 70, not 100 and not 55. I didn't get it, I think, because we've been in a severe weather pattern. Look at what's going on in the country right now. Pennsylvania's gotten more snow than ever, I think, is what they said, the record. So, again, we're in an extreme weather pattern. Missouri, flooded. Pennsylvania, buried in snow. So we've had some extreme weather patterns. We've had 2 hurricanes. One hit Florida, one hit Texas, which actually delayed our trip to Florida. We were going to come to Florida, but Hurricane Irma, of course, tragedy there. So we had to stay in West Virginia longer. When we left West Virginia, it was, I think, 50 degrees at 11 o'clock in the afternoon in August. So that tells you how cold it was. Got down to Florida. It was in the 80s. No rain. Everything was great. And then we got a call that we had to go to Missouri. Here it is, October, late October, and we're going to Missouri. And sure enough, it was cold. Absolutely cold and bitterly, miserably cold. No rain, no snow, but cold. We're trying to live in a pop-up camper in 12-degree weather. So then, finally got finished with that. First week of December, and we head down to Florida. And we got, I think, a solid week of 70-degree weather. Well, here it is, end of December, and it's 49 degrees and raining. It's the same temperature that we've dealt with all year. It's not, we can manage it. It's manageable. But it's just not perfect. It's not what everybody thinks. It's not, okay, I'm going to go out and have this awesome life. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Because more days than not, this year, at least, has been kind of just, I don't know what the word is. It's just not, perfect. Again, I'm not complaining. This is a wonderful life. It has saved my life from a heart attack. I'm going to be able to live a ripe old age, hopefully, because I'm doing it. It's just not what I expected, and I don't think a lot of people would have expected. So it's my duty to tell you, look, it's not all great. Be aware that there are going to be things that you thought were going to be different than what it is, and it's not going to be for the plus. So just be aware. It's not all roses. So anyway, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Click like if you like the video. And happy travels.